Hi, I'm Stephanie Sackerman. I'm a mom, certified coach, mindfulness teacher, and positive discipline parent educator, but I'm usually known as the Mindful Mom Coach. I think it's so incredible that April has been labeled as Stress Awareness Month because so many of us are unaware of our stress, how it shows up, how to respond to it in healthier ways, and the impacts that it has. I usually work with moms and parents, so that will be the crux of my focus today. But the information and the strategy that I'm going to share with you are applicable to everyone. As humans, we know that our nervous systems interact, meaning that we actually influence, how one another are feeling. And as a parent, this is super important because so much of our stress levels and our ability to regulate impacts our children. Stress is certainly common in motherhood. I know that from personal experience. But, just given everything that's been going on in our world right now, the numbers are higher than usual when it comes to stress. So, for example, a study was done in 2020 by the Frontiers in Global Women's Health, and they reported that the rate of moderate to high anxiety that's being seen in pregnant women and new moms was at 72%. That's worth noticing. And our stress is worth noticing too, and worth being aware of too. So today what I'm going to do is walk you through a very, very simple strategy of how we can start to take notice of when we're feeling stressed. So if it feels good for you to sit down, you absolutely can do that. But this is something you can do standing. It's something you can even do when you're walking. It's something that you can even do, you know, while you're just doing your household chores. Okay. And if you're able to close your eyes, by all means, I invite you to do so too. Sometimes that helps us to be able to tune in a little bit more to what's happening inside of us. But this is something that you can also do with your eyes open. Many of us carry our stress in our upper bodies. So we're going to check in with some of our upper body stress spots. We're actually going to go ahead and I'm going to invite you to start with your forehead. Just simply noticing, is there any tension or tightness behind your forehead, behind your eyebrows, behind your eyes, and your temples? Remembering that if you do notice, like, wow, I had no idea that I have so much tension and stress there, that's okay. Maybe you notice that there's nothing there at all. It feels quite light and relaxed. That's great too. Whatever you notice, you're just noticing it with kindness and non-judgment. We're just seeing what's there. And as you do so, as we're checking in, I invite you to also just allow your breath to be natural, however it feels good for you to breathe. And then, check in with your sinuses and your cheeks. And then moving down to your jaw. And see if you're holding tension there. So many of us hold tension in our jaw. In fact, it's one of the places that stress manifests, and we may find ourselves clenching or grinding our teeth, right? We might not even be aware that we're doing it. So just to see, where is your jaw? What's going on? And perhaps you're able to let it just sort of soften a bit, relax. Maybe you're even able to let your tongue flop down a little bit and just feel what it's like to relax that area. And if you notice that there's a lot of tension, go ahead and take a nice breath into that spot. You can just say, I see you. I see you stress. I feel you. I know that you're there. I acknowledge you. And then you can move down to your shoulders, your neck. For me, this is where I hold all of my stress. It's always been that spot where if I'm stressed, I feel it. Sometimes it even moves into a headache. I can feel it down my arm. So maybe you even know yourself in that way, where I'm feeling some neck pain. Must have to do with some stress, right? So just noticing what's there. Maybe you even realize that you're your shoulders are all the way up by your ears. So maybe you're going to bring them down. Maybe you're going to do a shoulder roll. If it feels comfortable for you, because of course we don't want to injure ourselves, that will add to our stress. But if it feels comfortable, maybe you're going to want to just do a little, you know, ear to shoulder stretch gently. Notice that I'm just doing a little bit. And the other side. And then just checking in with the breath and just noticing how you're breathing. Is it short and shallow? Do you notice that your breath is a little bit deeper, more relaxed into the belly? Just seeing what comes up for you. And this is a really great tool for us to practice, all of us to practice a couple times throughout the day to check in with our bodies, because we may not even notice that we're getting really stressed out. And if we don't notice that, that's when we can end up having those big outbursts, those big explosions where maybe we say something that we regret or we say it in a way that we wish we hadn't, right? So if we can sort of notice where we're at in terms of our stress, then what we can do is respond to ourselves with some self-love or some self-care, even if it's something small. That means we notice we're stressed. Maybe we're going to do a stretch. We feel some tension starting to rise. Maybe we say, what would feel good to me right now? Maybe it would feel good just to go to the window and to take a look outside, to watch the clouds go by. Maybe it would feel good to step outside for 15 seconds and feel the sun on your face. Maybe what you need to do is sit down. Maybe it would feel good to go get a glass of water. Maybe you have 5 minutes and you realize, you know what, I really need to have some connection with someone who loves me unconditionally, and you're going to call up a family member or a friend and just enjoy speaking to them for 5 minutes, right? So when we can check in with ourselves, then we can catch ourselves in those moments, and then we can respond to ourselves in a much healthier way. So I hope that you can take this strategy with you and use it several times throughout your whole day. You might even want to set a timer on your phone so that, 9 a.m., 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the evening, you just pause, you just check in with yourself and see how you're doing. And then maybe you can even respond to yourself by caring for yourself or nourishing yourself in that way. Another thing that you can do is join me for my free stress awareness video course this month, or you can check out some of my upcoming online courses, as well as some of the mindful motherhood spaces that I run. And you can do that by visiting my website, www.llbwc.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Live, Love, Be Well. I'm sending you lots of mindfulness and lots of calm this month, and I'm wishing you so much luck on your own stress awareness journey. Take care, everyone, and be well.